Am I wrong for trying to provide for my family?
I'm gonna say yes.
Wow,
real quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, how fucking dare you? He's trying to provide for his family.
I'm just hedging my bets, dude.
Okay, all right. Let's see how that plays out.
I've been in the casino too long. I know I've been counting cards. You know what I mean?
I, 32 male, have recently had a second child with my wife, 26 female, of 5 years. Before we got married, we had agreed that I would be the one who works and she would be the one who just stays at home and looks after the kids. But just before our youngest was born, I got laid off from my job because a lady at work hated me and lied about sexual harassment to get me fired, which made my wife very, very angry. She has a decent amount of money in her savings, so she started paying for her own the rent, groceries, etc.
Oh my
While
God.
I looked for a new job, but she wouldn't stop lashing out at me for being a, quote, jobless bum, which really hurt because I was trying so hard to get a new job.
So I'm sus.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I mean,
if he
a
didn't,
sexual harassment claim is wild.
I mean, they happen.
Yeah.
Fake
and
ones
it's
happen.
a case of how do you know whether it's real or not?
Well, if you make a claim at work that someone has sexually harassed you, it's kind of hard to like get evidence on it happening if it was behind closed doors and there's no cameras. If she's lying, she's fucked, and if he's lying, he's fucked. But under the assumption, because he's saying he never did anything.
But he got laid off. Can they really fire him without substantial evidence of him sexually harassing someone?
Yeah, people get fired all the time for that shit. People get fired all the time with fake allegations. Public opinion is what it turns into, like an execution. Everyone starts pointing the finger. There's too much commotion at work, dude. We gotta dismiss you. They'll give you garden leave or some shit. But under the assumption that he didn't do anything and it was a false claim, his wife is a bit fucked for doing that to him. Like, he's looking for a job. What do you want a man to do? Like, he's been let go. So yeah, you're gonna have to use some of your money. Calling him a jobless bum is a bit like you're not helping the situation. If he is being a bum and lying on the couch afterwards, then fine. But if he's genuinely looking for work and we know the economy's tough, then you're not really. Kind of a shitty thing to do to your partner, right?
Let's see how it plays out.
Wife believes the sexual harassment. Yeah.
I mean,
Listen, I really don't believe someone would just lie.
about sexual harassment. I
think
know
that-
it happens.
I know it happens, but I think
It's not a big percentage of people that would just go and do that.
yeah, it's a
Especially
very
when you got to report it to a company, because usually they don't
oh yeah if
protect
you're-
you.
Yeah, they usually don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
If you get fired because of it, that's you probably.
That's, come on.
Yeah.
But okay. Sure, she lied, whatever.
So they seem to have a really different take to you.
No, they're not completely wrong. Like, I don't know the numbers, but it is a risky thing to do to someone. But it has happened, so I can't rule it out. I don't know why she would go ahead and do something like that. I don't know why anyone does that. But we've done so many videos on this channel, and we look at people like, why are you doing that? Why are you lying? So it's not out of the ordinary for people to do that.
Okay.
Now, I've always loved gaming. So when my friend told me about how I could make money doing carry services in Destiny, I instantly started doing it with my buddy, and we actually managed to start making money just a short while after starting.
Okay.
We'd make around $180 every weekend and about $100 during the week, which we'd split. My wife doesn't really understand how I'm making money off of gaming and is always saying it's not sustainable and I should be helping out with the kids and looking for a real job. Even though I've told her a million times, my buddy and I are getting more and more customers every week, and we're eventually going to hire more people and start an actual business. Now, this is where it all goes to shit. This one weekend, I had a lot of customers lined up and was going to make a bunch of money. Then my wife comes in and says she needs me to watch the kids that weekend because she has to go visit her aunt who's sick and in the hospital. I told her I could watch them, but that I needed to be at my computer pretty much all day, so I'd have to move the crib from the nursery into the office to watch the baby and our oldest in there, and she just blew up at me. It was crazy. She was just screaming all these terrible things at me and crying and telling me she needed to go. I kept trying to calm her down, but she was having none of it. Before I knew it, she had backpacked and had called her mother to come pick her and the kids up. I tried to reason with her, but she left and hasn't been home for 2 days. I'm writing this crying alone in the house, missing my wife terribly, wondering where I went wrong. What can I do to repair this?
Now, what is your take on that? Because I'm looking at it from two angles here. The first angle is he's found a niche, he's making money, he's not been working. There is a lot of money that can be made with online gaming. The second angle I'm looking at it from is she's going through a tough time right now with a family member who's unwell in hospital. She needs to go. And even though he's trying to make money to look after his family, he's also not being a supportive husband there, because he's just sort of like not understanding that her tensions and her emotions are going to be high because she's going through a tough time with a family member at the moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what is he supposed to do? He's trying to provide for his family. Like, if he doesn't play the game, he doesn't get paid all that money, loses out on all those clients, which could turn into more clients, or he looks after the kids and they don't get any money, which she has to choose one. She's complaining that he's a jobless bum, and then complaining when he's found a niche where he can actually sit at home and potentially watch the kids, maybe not to the level she wants, but be there with them. So I make money from playing games. I make money from playing games. If someone came into me and I understand people don't get it. They don't get where it comes from, where it's generated. It comes from loads of different places. It can come from going to tournaments and winning. It can come from making videos that are doing very well. It can come from donations from people. So if she doesn't get it, that's one thing. But for her to be putting him down and then blowing up and crying just because you don't understand, if you don't understand, then get educated. If you don't understand how your partner's making money, look into it. It's not that hard. Gaming's massive. It only takes 2 seconds. Don't be a bimbo. Just fucking read. But on the flip side, he could be telling fibs, and he did sexually harass a woman. Her auntie's also dying. He's not looking after the kids. Maybe he's not making as much as she's made out. So it's hard to know about being there. But just going off his story, if that's her mindset, then she's all over the place. Pick a lane. He watches the kids and makes no money, or he makes money and he doesn't watch the kids.
I mean, I can understand he's starting something new, so he does need to be committed to it in that sense of not really taking that time out, because he's on the build up of potentially making a lot of money.
Yeah.
I can understand the point of wanting something that's a bit more like guaranteed, of knowing, you know, he's getting this paycheck every month. But at the same time, if your wife's family member's dying, I do think you should be a bit more supportive. And if that means saying to your buddy, look, I can't do today, can you just take it yourself? I need to be with the kids. My wife's auntie's dying. Then
that's fine.
Be a man and support your family emotionally. It's not just financially.
I hear that. That's fine. But then she can't complain. If he says, I'm not going to play the game, we'll look after the kids, she needs to know he's sacrificing money for that. So don't complain if there's no extra money in the house. I understand, like, the woman's dying, she needs help. That's all good. As long as you don't come back saying, where's the money, you're a jobless bum. Because then if I hear that, I'm going to be like, are you retarded or something? I've just stopped making money because you asked me to look after the kids. I'm looking after them and now you're attacking me. The problem is that a lot of people don't understand how money is made online. So they see you sitting at your desk playing a game and they'll be like, look at this bum, he's just wasting his time. When these gamers are making a lot of money. A lot of money. They're just sitting there playing games. And to people that don't really understand, they're like, why, how is that even possible? But it's an actual thing. I mean, I do it myself.
Yeah, it is, but it's a new way of life as well. That's just, it's not, because essentially it's like being self-employed, and you only get paid when you work, and you'll only get paid if jobs at the time are good. You know, if you was a painter decorator, your money, you're not going to know what you're going to get every month because you're relying on getting certain jobs, and when you work, that's when you get the money. The same with gaming, you're relying on that video to do well with views to get your money. So it's kind of the uncertainty and the unreliability of it.
I hear all of that, and that's why I still have 2 jobs. I haven't quit my jobs. You know, even if my channel continues to make more money, I'm not going to quit my jobs, because I know that YouTube is unreliable. It's only until you get to a certain point where, like, holy shit, like, even on a bad month, I'm making tons of money. Then you're like, I can walk away from something. But I would always have something stable coming in, or I would create something stable from YouTube, right? I wouldn't just rely on YouTube solely. I think that's a bad idea. But in his case, he's been let off from a job, And whilst he's looking, he's also generating money through a video game. So you have to choose a lane. He can't watch the kids and play the game. It doesn't work like that. If I'm making money from playing Tekken, I can't be watching kids because the other guy's trying to take my head off. People want to watch me win. So
I mean, I think it's probably a build up of all the different emotions stemming into one. Like, number one, your husband's lost his job, so there's no second stream of income coming in. Number two, he's lost his job because of a sexual harassment claim, which is quite a big thing that you don't know is whether it's true or not. And number three, you've got your auntie dying, and it's just like all of that built into one. I don't blame her for actually blowing up at him, because she is just going to look at it as you've lost your job because of sexual harassment. You're just sitting around gaming all day, and now you won't even look after the kids when I need you most. It's kind of like that's probably the lens that she's looking at it from.
Would you communicate with your partner and be like, can you tell me what you're doing?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And if he said to you, here, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
This is the money I'm making. This is why I'm doing it.
Show me, yeah.
Yeah, and he shows you all the receipts.
Yeah.
He's like, and it's building. It's getting bigger, and you can see. I mean, you already have an understanding of how YouTube works.
I'd understand that, but if I'm struggling financially and I need your help, I'd expect you to at least go out and get a part-time job to still make a bit of money whilst you're on the build-up of that, because it's a new business.
That's fair.
How long is it going to take for your business to skyrocket, and how long am I going to have to hold things down for?
That's fair, but if he's saying that he's trying, right? He didn't specify if he's looking for part-time or full-time. He just said he's trying. So if he's also doing this on the side at nighttime when there's nowhere to look for work, and he's communicated to you saying, I'm making money off playing games. I know to you, I'm sitting here playing games, I'm sitting in the house, but I'm generating money. I mean, at the end of the day, right, if you were married to a guy and he's sitting on his ass for 8 hours a day playing games, but that income is 500K a day, you ain't going to say nothing to him. Play your games.
Yeah.
Go to the other side of the house,
It's
no
a job.
problem.
It is a job, yeah.
Yeah, like as a streamer that I watch, Dr. Disrespect, he locks in every day, 13 hours. He's making a fucking boatload of money. His wife ain't going to bother him.
Yeah.
It's the problem is when they don't understand. And I think because gaming is still, it's exploded, right? Everyone's doing it now. It's hard to get your voice out there. But when you do and people latch on and they want to listen to what you have to say or what you play, there's a lot of money to be made there, but people just need to be more open-minded to the concept of it. It's much better than fucking going on Twitch and getting your baps out and preying on little children. Just be happy that he's not doing something like that.
Yeah.
Even though it'd be harder for a guy to do that.